Hey everyone, I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for our reading today. I'll choose some cards from the Psychic Tarot and I'll also choose some from Cal Gray's pack as well for some extra guidance. So I'm setting the intention, a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. So there we have. This is where we are. This is how we're finding ourselves in some kind of conflict. But it's a conflict of thought. What's crossing us is the Hierophant. In our subconscious, we have the Emperor. In our past, strengthening bonds, the Ace of Wands. And coming to the Seven of Wands. And coming into being release, okay. And just some clarifiers. The Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so there may be some conflict going on, conflict of thought. The Five of Swords is the thoughts. We may be old thought forms coming to the surface. So Venus is stationary in the heart of Leo, communicating with Mars, in conjunction with Mars, but also in communication with Pluto. The North Node's moved into Aries and Chiron is in Aries but retrograde. So old emotions may be coming to the surface. We might not be feeling right in whichever way it may be. Venus old and ready, going slowly into retrograde. She's stationary at the moment, but anything that we're not happy with ourselves, within our love life, within our career, it's coming to the surface now. And Chiron in Aries is asking us to surrender that. So calling Chiron, coming connection with Chiron, feel the energy of Chiron, who is there to really bring the healing from the original wound of the I am, from our ancestral lineage, from our past life. So there's a lot of healing going on at the moment. So we might not be feeling right. And it's to use our spiritual gifts. This is the Hierophant, to go within, knowing that we have this divine light that is shining down and through us and assisting us. And within this conflict, there's some teaching there, reminding us to hold back from making any rash decisions as these planets are in this position. You know, Venus communicating with Pluto, which is all around karma, and you know, asking us to not make any rash decisions, whether we go to the hairdresser, which is fine if we're just going for the trim and the normal, but if we're sat in the chair and also all of a sudden we get an impulse to go bright pink or black, from any rash decisions, why Venus is in stationary, ready to go retrograde, is don't really step back from that. Go within and wait till after Venus has finished her retrograde, which is the 3rd or the 4th of September, so all the way through the Lion's Gate. Any rest decisions where our love life's concerned, don't be going off eloping with somebody we've just met. Just taking the time of going into our art space to really evaluate how we're feeling about ourselves and how we are feeling about our life. This is very feely, this energy, which can cause our head to become a little bit heavy. So having that time out to really connect with our soul, to connect with our divine within us and listen to our feelings as well. Underneath here in the subconscious, we have the Emperor, asking us to take the lead, to really take what empowers us. We're creating a new reality for ourselves, and this is the card. There is Mars. Venus is the Emperor, so Mars is old in there, and Mars is moving quite quickly through. It was in retrograde at the beginning of the year, so Mars is moving quite quickly and asking us to hold on to what empowers and really let go of what disempowers us. He has his guides there. Blue is always spiritual, so listening to his spiritual guidance, allowing his feelings to guide him, not his head, not being in that place of illusion in the head, actually allowing our feelings to guide us and love to guide us. The old paradigms falling away. The past is this, the new beginnings coming in, and we've got that divine light here, and we've got it here where there's any conflict, to go within and know that we are being guided on this beautiful path of ascension, to actually remember that all our material needs will be met. If we're going into that place of maybe conflict of what may be happening in the future, and there's a lot going on in the outside world that if we get drawn into, can really create some kind of pain, conflict. The outside world is getting very it feels like it's pulling us in every direction, and all of that is out of our control. All of it, when we come in and really find peace with ourselves through listening to the divine wisdom of the Hierophant, that we have this powerful and personal communication and connection with the divine, and to listen to that, not to get into any outside debates of what's going on, really holding our counsel. This is the divine masculine within us, holding that integrity, holding our the moon has moved into Leo, so again it's shining light on our feelings, making sure we are taking time to really do our self-healing where our emotional body's concerned as well, as we're moving forward. And then there above there's some conflict, and again it's coming from within. We're, whatever is unresolved within us, we're going to be projecting it in our outside world. It's asking us to choose our battles wisely, not to take other people's opinions as our own, have our own insights, not listen to any gossip that may be going on about another person, to actually find out for ourselves that how we find that person or that situation. So it is taking ownership now. This is what the Empress is asking us, take ownership of what we are creating in our life. And then we have death, release, transformation. As we let go of those inner battles, we listen to that beautiful divine truth of love. All those layers start to fall away. We don't have to go into conflict with anyone. We don't have to go into resistance with anyone, especially ourselves, and allow those layers, because as those layers start to fall away, the veils become thin and transparent, so we can see straight through the illusion of our belief of ourselves that's been placed on us based on how other people treated us, based on conversations that we've had with someone that really didn't understand us. All that falling away now, and we're coming in to our bodies of light, standing in our bodies of light and allowing the density of the third dimension to be burned and cleansed and cleared until we're standing in this beautiful place of light. So all these conflicts, these feelings that we may have about ourselves as the planets are communicating with us, coming into that place of light and allowing anything else to dissolve, calling in Chiron, the sacred healer, to help us to find the original wound that we carry without even realizing it's there. It takes us into old patterns, it takes us into old behaviours and any unresolved emotions that we may have. We make choices from that place, and it's all that is dissolving now that we make choices from our higher self that is within us. We are listening to the guidance of Jesus. We are listening to the guidance of the angels who guide us with love and help us to dissolve anything that is not of love, that is not the truth of who we are. And then we have the Nine of Cups, wishes coming in to fruition. Just keep holding that space, holding that light in this moment, holding those visualizations, holding them in our heart, not in our head, but in our heart, of the feeling of the upliftment, of the joy, and knowing that they're here. We are moving into them. We are starting to merge in with our beautiful wishes. So everything that we touch, make sure we're putting the right energy in, that we're not going into conflict, or that we're not doing anything that we don't want to do, because that may put us into some kind of resentfulness because we're not doing what we love doing, to hold that strength and come into that alignment of our head and our heart, and to everything that we touch infuse with the high vibration, with alignment, showing up and doing the work. The Eight of Pentacles, dedicated effort, chipping away at that dense energy, chipping away at the layers that constantly, they are intricately placed around us like a shield, and as we start to, like a shell, and as we start to chip away at that shell, we start to create the masterpiece of our life, of who we are, and the divine masculine, the divine feminine. I'm feeling Mary Magdalene, and I'm feeling Joshua, Jesus coming in now, helping us and assisting us with the sacred love, with the sacred heart, opening us up to this masterpiece of who we are, and mastering our lives, becoming the masters, that we don't get drawn in to allow anything to take up space that is not enriching. And then the Seven of Cups, this is asking us to choose. There's so much going on, and sometimes our head wants to grasp and learn everything, but the Seven of Cups asks us to choose, even if it's peace. If we're feeling conflict, choose peace. Constantly choose peace, breathe to peace. If whatever it is that you are visualizing for your dreams, stay focused on that. Don't get tempted to go into the lower vibration of conflict and challenges, going into conflict, because these feelings are going to be coming up for us all, of not feeling right, not feeling good enough. This is a time of cleansing all that away, because that's not the truth. And to hold on to our vision, daydream, sit outside, daydream, look into the clouds, if we can see the clouds, looking into the sky, into the clouds, look, just focusing on a flower and allowing our mind to go and just focusing on the vibrant colour of a flower. That changes our vibration, and we receive wisdom from that flower. It might not be in a verbal way, but it's an energetic and a divine intelligent way, because as we're receiving these upgrades that are occurring, so is every blade of grass, so is every flower, so is every leaf. Everything on Mother Earth is receiving the upgrade. So I'm setting the intention now for a reading. There we go. We have the Sword of Light. Cards cut. Breaking through energy. We have the sword here. And the Seven of Wands, which is a card of conflict. So 2 cards of conflict. And then we have this Sword of Light, cutting cards now. Just visualising Archangel Michael stepping forward with this Sword of Light, cutting cards from each of our chakras, from the front of us, the back of us, from the left, from the right, from below, from above, allowing cards to be cut now, without projecting, without trying to prove that we are right, without taking sides. Just allow whatever is coming up, the conflicts within us, of how we're feeling about ourselves from the past, however it is, using the Sword of Light to cut through those cards now. And Archangel Michael's sword will never cut cards of love, ever. Only cut cards that are no longer serving us, that are no longer relevant, and that are draining us from our life force energy. Cutting cards from our third eye, from our ear chakras, from the past, of things that we've seen, or the illusions that we have been taken into, that we've created through what's been said to us in the past. Cutting cards now, using this Sword of Light to cut away anything that's coming up, but still holding on and daydream, cutting away of anything that's not of our visualizations, of our focus now. Really doing that work powerfully as we're going through this time. So wonderful cards today. Anything time a thought comes in, cards, cut card, cut that thread, that thought form coming in, and now allowing the light to the Sword of Light to either cut from where it's going to in a situation, or breathing the light in and asking for insights to why we're feeling this way. So powerful cards today, powerful energy, staying true to ourselves, staying in that place of love, and love will dissolve, faith will dissolve. When we're in faith, it dissolves any confusion, it dissolves any fears. So I'm sending so much love and healing to anyone who may need it during this time. Thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.